as you push the weight back and pull the weight forward with your arms, just feel how the hips and the shoulders move. And if the spine is also moving, sense the weight in each of the limbs. And come to stillness and feel the weight in all 4 limbs, and you're going to shift the weight into 3 of the limbs, stepping back the left leg and reaching forward with the right arm. Find the place where the leg and arm can balance, and you've got the weight in the right leg and the left arm. It's trickier than it looks. Have fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously. See how it is to shift the weight then into the left leg and the right arm. Lifting the arm and the leg just to the point where the shoulders and the hips don't twist. Then come back onto the hands and knees and play with using all 4 limbs, pressing the heels back to lift the knees. And then coming back to shifting the weight back and forward. Slowly ratcheting yourself up and into downward facing dog. For this dog, keep a deep bend in your knees. And just play with lowering and lifting the knees so that you swivel at the shoulders and the hips. Feel as the weight moves through your body. You're going to step the legs wider here. And then reaching the right arm around to the outside of the left shin. Take a twist with the upper body. And then the other side. Just feeling how you're able to shift weight out of 4 limbs and into 3. You're going to walk the hands back, drop the hips down, feet turned out slightly as you come into low squat malasana. Lifting the hips and lowering the hands again, back into wide leg dog. Playing with flexion at the knee and then at the ankle and at the knee. Walking the hands back, bringing yourself into low squat malasana once again. Make sure the feet are turned out and there's weight on the outside edges of the feet. Walking the hands. Walking the feet back underneath the hips. Feeling the weight in the legs. The belly rest on the thighs. And then just play with shifting your weight forward onto the arms and back onto the legs. Gently lowering and lifting the hips in the range that the belly and torso stay connected and settled on the thighs. And lowering your bottom, lifting the torso, just coming into chair pose. Bring the hands back to the earth, walking them forward, walking the legs slightly apart back into a wide-legged dog. Lowering and lifting the knees, taking that spinal twist with the upper body one more time. Reaching the right hand to the left shin, and then the left hand to the right shin. Play with how much you press and pull with your arms and your legs in this practice. As if tossing a ball from the upper body to the lower body. Then you're going to make your way onto your back. And so on your back, just take a moment to breathe and feel the weight of the pelvis, the shoulders, and the skull. And you're going to reach your left leg and arm long. Extend your right arm towards the ceiling and place it next to your ear. And using your right arm and your right leg, you're going to push into the ground, rolling yourself to the left. Now as you roll yourself, it's coming from the hips and the shoulders, so notice if you start to kink in the back and extend through the spine. Instead, think of extending at the hip and the shoulder. Spine stays neutral, rolling you to the right. And reach that right arm out long. You're going to curl the fingers, the wrist, flex the elbow. Take the palm across the chest to roll you again to that left side. Feeling how the shoulder blade protracts and creates space between the spine. And bringing yourself into a figure four. So rotating the right femur and placing the right ankle on top of the left knee. Notice what the pelvis does. Does the pelvis stay weighted and quiet? Does it move with the leg? Once in that figure four, explore twisting. Maybe having a finger at the hip crease to notice if that hip flexor fires as you rotate the figure four legs to the left. Legs and pelvis moving together. So notice that the legs are floppy in the pelvis, and this isn't about gravity taking the legs. This is about moving in a range that you can actively manage. And playing with flexing and lifting the opposite knee off, coming into a deeper stretch, just bringing the legs towards the chest to the degree that that right thigh can externally rotate. And maybe playing with the legs here and coming down into some sort of a twist, bringing the right heel to the bum, or say the left heel to the bum and the right foot towards the ground. All the while noticing the upper body, cervical spine, the skull, are they able to stay quiet as you move that lower body. And coming out of figure four, straightening out that left leg and taking a supine twist. Again, in the range that that shoulder blade stays in contact with the ground. And this isn't about getting to the ground. Notice the synchrony, the coordination of the legs and the pelvis. Maybe try reaching through that knee, using your opposite hand as a landing point for it to reach into. And both feet on the ground. Just lifting up into a little bridge a few times. Again here, noticing the rhythm and synchrony of the pelvis and the rib cage. As the rib cage moves on the arms, the hips come into extension. Easy breath here. Wrapping the arms around one another, just giving yourself a hug. A few slow breaths here, again feeling the weight, the skull and the shoulders and the pelvis. Then coming to that left side, bringing that leg into a figure four, crossing the left ankle over the right knee. Noticing if you can keep that knee over the hip socket in that external rotation and taking a twist here to the right, and noticing the timing, the coordination of the legs and the pelvis, and the upper body, the mid and upper back, shoulders and skull. Stay easy, eyes soft, jaw soft. Flexing the hip. I notice here that my cervical spine helps. I pause, feel the pelvis. I picture the leg bone as it moves into a deeper recess in the hip socket to come up into that flexion. And as I draw the leg towards me, and I try pushing the other leg away, and then again curling the right heel towards the buttock and the left foot towards the earth, playing with a slightly different variation of a twist. Always moving in a range where I can actively move. I'm not just letting gravity pull my body parts around. Extending out that right leg and twisting to the right, bringing that left leg across. Just in a range that that left shoulder blade stays easy and relaxed. Noticing how both hips and both legs coordinate with one another. Bringing both feet to the earth. And then straightening out that right leg and arm. Reaching that left hand to the ceiling. And again, rolling yourself to the right. Leaving the spine neutral, pushing with that right arm and leg. And then taking a moment just to hug the knees into the chest. A few slow breaths to finish your practice. Namaste.